And it's like, for the exact reasons you're saying, because I know you know. I don't think it's helpful. I think you're kind of like me sometimes in the fact that I think I work better under pressure, maybe, but it's not good for me to do that. That's something I'm trying to get away from now.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten away from it in the least, but I want to work on it because I don't think it's healthy for me.
No.
It might work. I seem to do well when I'm under pressure to get, a deadline.
But it's not. Yeah,
but I know it's not good for me.
So now you said you're backing off of Tupperware. Are you still going to do that if you're going to have a 30-day leave from work?
I have a Tupperware business.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like stranding my.
Yeah, I know.
Or anything like that. But like, I've had people approach me and say they want parties, and I said I'm not doing them right now. They're usually pretty cool with that.
Keeping it basic, like for just trying to get
orders. Yeah. Because I have gotten a couple orders. Like they've been having these sales, every week. Like this week, there's these what they call Tupperware bowls. They're the ones with the little. I don't know what you call it. The ridges. I don't know what you call them. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're like accordion ridges on the lid.
Oh, like the vintage.
Yeah. It's one of the ones from way back. But anyway, they had a sale on those, and a lot of people really like those kind of things. So I posted that, and I posted my link with it. But I said if you need help ordering, I'll order. Like I had this guy who wants a set of them, and I said you can order on my website, or I can place the order for you. He didn't want to place the order himself, even though you're giving all the same information.
Yeah.
Just to me, instead of I don't get it. It's super easy to order online, but some people just don't work well with online ordering, I guess.
Some people don't trust it too.
Well, he's put all his information in a message.
Well,
I wouldn't have put all that in a message. I mean, I would have. I don't care. But because I know that I have payment protection on all my cards, so like, whatever. But yeah.
You want AC still too, or?
Pardon?
Are you wanting AC still?
No, I don't need AC as long as we have the windows open and it's not making me melt.
We were coming across 11th and coming up to State. We had the green light. Someone went through a red light going on State. Luckily, they were like ahead of us. So it's like I saw them approach the intersection. I'm like, they're not slowing down. And then sure enough, they just went straight through. Didn't even.
Yeah, it's like that one accident that I witnessed on 38th. It's like crazy because I probably should have been the one that got hit, but I let this other guy go first. And he went out in the intersection and wham, a car, solid red light. Bam. Right through it, hit the guy. It's like, what is wrong with people? I wonder if he wasn't looking. You know what I mean? Because I would think you'd at least swerve or something if you were looking.
Yeah. Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't swerve. He just smashed right into him. Solid. And he was probably going more than 35. I doubt he was going 35.
Yeah.
Stuff like that really freaks me out a little bit when you know you were probably supposed to be the one out there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times that's ever happened to you, if ever. But at least twice I've experienced that.
See, and we went, after we went through the drive-through McDonald's, I didn't want to try to go left on 12th Street, so I went around and we went out on 11th Street. And I was thinking, well, there wasn't anything that was an alternate, because if I hadn't gone down that way, well, I would have been going over 12th. But it would have been probably a lot later. But, just never know. And I don't know if you heard that old lady, like their political commercials, like, things would have been a whole lot different if Biden had been elected. You don't know that.
And they certainly could have been. They could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like different doesn't equal good by any means.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's like on the episodes of Community where they have the dice throws.
Yep. Timeline.
There's just so many things that could change by altering any number of things.
Yep.
People crack me up.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
Taking me to work.
Maybe. That wouldn't have been the right way, so.
Right. How many miles on this car now? They're gonna let you see it without a oil change message.
No.
I called State Farm yesterday thinking that they hadn't reduced the bill because it seems like it's high for his car insurance. But maybe it's just because of that accident he had.
Oh, 89,220.
That's a pretty good guess. I said 89,000. They're like, we'll put down 89.5. I'm like, okay. Because we get a discount for low mileage, apparently. So she said she put a couple extra, I don't know what that. It's like, why wouldn't you have had those discounts already on the car? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Smell the wastewater plant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Always
First I thought
fragrant.
they were going like the wrong way for a second. I used to see people turn there.
I know, right? Not from that angle.
Ooh, doggy. Only drawback having windows down.
Yeah. So I'm talking to Mary last week about the recyclables, about how you can't have certain stuff and if you do it has to be cleaned out and blah 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 blah. She's like my dad. Oh, I just throw it in anyway. And I'm like, that doesn't help. I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of get both sides.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because
he's never gonna change.
Yeah. No.
I mean, there's been a couple times when I've been tempted to put the papers in the bucket with no bag. Just dump them out in the bucket. I think that's what you're supposed to do with the papers.
It seems like it, but it's really ambiguous. Or not specific enough or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they may need clear bags. I mean, it's hard to say. So I'm like, fuck it. You know, what are you gonna do, right? It may be around a while. It may not be
Like
around.
my understanding is newspaper has plastic in it.
Oh?
Some.
Really?
Yeah, newspaper.
Like the ink or something?
No. Like it's recycled paper, and there's a certain quantity of plastics in it.
Huh.
I thought I read that somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong.
I was aware of that. Huh. Everybody else got the same idea?
Right.
So you gotta wear, if you go in and sit down at a place,
Yeah, I
you
was
gotta
thinking
wear
about
your
that
mask
myself.
in,
I don't
and then
know. It's like,
wear it anytime the waitress is over there. That doesn't make
that
any sense
doesn't make
either.
sense to me at all.
I don't know.
So yeah, I'm curious about that
Saw
myself. I
Nikki
was thinking
posted
about
that. I mean, not that she goes to that many places, I think, but still.
I was thinking about that when, I was talking about maybe getting something to eat, and I'm like, well, how does that work exactly with the mask? Because obviously while you're eating, you don't wear a mask.
Right.
While you're swimming, you don't wear a mask.
Right.
But nobody's waiting on you when you're swimming, so okay. Anyway. Presumably. Wonder if you can go out down there and hang a fish.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I mean, part of that is the boat, like the yacht club or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So probably not.
Not on their property, but I mean, there's other stuff down there too.
I mean, you got the slips over off of State Street. You could probably get to, but yeah, there's no telling what would be there. Be an anchor. That's what someone brought up. They were in a kind of a similar area. They brought up an anchor. I do gotta call like Lincoln or something to ask. I could probably just show up with it too, but I just want to ask them.
See if they have a preference.
Yeah. See if there's something maybe like, I mean, I don't really know how I would separate the metals out. They're all magnetic, so I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're all similar metals,
right?
If not the same. I gotta see if he's got a hacksaw so I could cut that one piece up, make those adjusted pieces. That would be cool. For the cords.
It's nice, right? Station rocket
Moving on for you, buddy. You might be having some issues.
Honestly, haven't been that hungry lately.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm hungry. I'll get hungry in the morning, and I'll eat. And I mean,
yeah,
it must have to do with that medication. It's fine. I don't need to eat that much. My problem is I am a compulsive overeater, and I also suffer from FOMO, which is really bad for overeating.
Yeah.
And it's good that I recognize that.
Yeah.
I really never had, I mean, FOMO, I mean, it's not by any means a technical term, but it really does express what I do, the overeating that I do. Ever since I was a kid, I've had the fear of missing out on, I don't know what I think. I know when I was pretty young, when my mom and dad had just got married, and you know, sometimes my dad and I would fight over like whatever was left or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, was I really hungry for it? I don't know, but it was like
almost
a
like
childish
if someone
thing.
else was having seconds, you wanted to make sure you had
Right.
seconds, even if you weren't necessarily
Exactly.
or thirds or
Whatever.
almost like an equal.
You know, and that's where it would have probably been helpful for my mom to say, but she didn't, and my dad didn't either, really.
What I mean, do you think she had the same thing? Do you think did she eat like that too, or?
I'm not sure. I really don't think that was her thing. She was more of a binge eater. She, you know, she'd get on a kick and she'd be bingy whatever it was that she wanted. You know, depending on what it is, it would be a bag of candy or a bag of snacks or peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I mean, you know, she would eat those like every single day until she got over the desire for them. It was weird. But anyway.
How long, like, has that room been clean? I mean, she's been gone for what, how long now?
She passed away 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Back in May, yes.
But the room's been cleaned since then, right?
Cleaned?
Yeah.
Define cleaned.
Oh, I don't know. Well,
you
the
mean
reason
cleaned
I was
out?
asking,
No.
No, I meant like I found a couple of when I was taking the bed out. I found a couple of like candy bar wrappers. I don't know if that would have been.
It possibly could have been from her. There's been no deep cleaning whatsoever in that room at all. Mary would go in and change his bedding, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
There's just too much junk in there.
Yeah.
It's like my room. I mean, my room's so horrible. I know, right?
Firefighter.
You couldn't deliver that to our men in blue? Anyway.
As
far as, I mean,
dragging something.
I've especially noticed with myself lately being full and still going back for seconds. And it makes me so mad when I do it at myself. It's like, you're not hungry for that. And nobody's going to come and eat it. We have to fight to get leftovers eaten in our house. So why do I still have this problem? You know what I mean?
Sounds like something you need a group, maybe a group support group for.
Yeah. But nobody wants to go talk in front of people about that kind of thing. Can't you just be my support group?
I can't help you.
You can help me by listening to me.
Doesn't do you any good.
It's better than the quiet I've kept all these years.
Well, true, but you need someone that other addicts, you need the support of that.
You don't think you're an addict?
Well, I'm not saying I'm not an addict, but I don't think that I can help with that. Other than, I mean, yeah, I can listen, but you know, and to hear yourself say it might help, but you know, I mean, that's something that you could probably benefit with some kind of support group or something. I mean, maybe that's where the counseling can come in, you know.
I might be able to talk to a counselor about it, but I bet I couldn't talk in front of a group of people about it. I really
Even
don't.
if they have the same problem.
Honey, I used to go to Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
That's basically a support group. And my mom did take me to Overeaters Anonymous a couple times. I didn't like that. It was weird.
Perkins. Oh, this one isn't open, is it? I want to get some of that tape, that pink tape. I wonder if I can get it at Home Depot.
What's pink tape?
That they use it in a lot of construction to wrap around posts and stuff, make it more visible. I use that on the guidelines for the canopy and stuff and a tent. To tie it every, you know. Some of that. I want to say they'd have it at like Home Depot.
I would think so.
And it's kind of a construction thing. Some of that. And I've got an idea. You know how I have the loop to hold the camera on my tripod? The elastic loop goes over the camera. You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, what if I want to expand, like if I want a taller tripod, let's say I'm sitting on the ground, I want it higher. I realized that I can have another piece that has a slanted notch cut out of it, and that loop can hook onto that, and I could have a loop on top of that to hold the camera on. They're doing a slide.
Glad to see watermelon, yeah. Walton here doing well. Why did I say watermelon? That's too funny. Oh, goodness. And that's another thing, when we go out to eat and I have this desire to have a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
it's FOMO. Like, why do I think I'm never going to be at this restaurant again? And even if I were never at that restaurant again, am I going to die because I didn't try something?
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, part of that could be a you can't decide what you want kind of thing, too.
Maybe, and if that's the case, am I really hungry, you know?
Yeah.
I think sometimes, though, I do like to